How's it going? It's Jared. I'm on chess.com going to play a 10-minute game. And here we go. No time to waste. And we have started. My rating is 1390. I'm playing at 1448 from the United States. We have ourselves a Sicilian defense. And it's looking like... Whoa! Knight takes doesn't seem right. Okay, I'll take. This is just, I'll get my pawn back. Queen's in the center. I think this is okay. Is this like a new move order? Could be. I don't know. I'm not sure I believe in it. It looks interesting. Taking with a knight rather than the pawn on move 4. On move 3. So what's going on here? Okay, my queen has an active central post on d4, which means there is no knight to kick her away. And my opponent is lacking in development. I've got a pawn in the center. He has no pawns in the center. I'm 2 moves away from castling. He is several moves away from castling. So a6, okay. So maybe I should just play knight c3. No reason not to, right? Knight c3 looks reasonable enough. Now I suppose he might be playing for b5 at some point. Okay, d6, activate the light squared bishop. Also looks okay. Oh, I think I'll play bishop e2. I don't want to play bishop d3 because I want to give my queen somewhere to go in case she is attacked, which could happen right now with e5. I'm kind of expecting it to happen. e5. No, instead we have e6. I'll just take the opportunity to castle. This d6 pawn could be potentially weak. Okay, so ideas. I'm thinking bishop to e3. I've got this queen check. You know what? That doesn't do anything. I was thinking queen check b5, because then I can take with the knight and it's pinned to the rook. But he can actually play bishop d7. So it's not actually useful. So I think I'll just play, for the moment, bishop to e3. Okay, we have some pressure on e4. f3 would support it. Should I play e5? Takes, queen takes, bishop takes. No. What about just rook d1? I have this guarded, this e4 pawn. Okay. So it's just f3. Am I getting in trouble? I don't think so. I think I got a nice looking position. I'm actually not really happy with my queen being on d4, although it's not evident at the moment how she's going to be exploited, like being kicked around, or I could consider e5 here. If takes, I take with the queen. There's not really any need to do that, is there? So we've passed the opening stage. Now I've got to start thinking of a plan, and what is my plan going to involve? I'm not really sure. I could play queen b6, get the queens off. What else pops to mind? e5 comes to mind. It's opening up lines. e5, if d takes e, queen takes. I don't really know where to go from there. I've got to think of some simple moves. Simple moves. I don't really know where to go from here. What about f4? I don't know, let's just go for f4. I played f3 before, so I've kind of wasted a tempo playing f3, but maybe f4 was better, just so I can get in this move. In fact, this looks pretty good now. Because now the knight needs to move and I take the bishop. Maybe not. Takes, bishop takes. No, that's a load of baloney. I suppose we're going to get the bishops off. So this is going to come with check, so I need to it's going to come with check. So queen takes is forced, and then where does this knight relocate to? It needs to move somewhere. So I thought I was going to win a piece, but clearly not. I'm not going to win a piece. But I have some pressure with my e5 pawn. So the knight goes back. Should I double on the d file? That looks good enough. I don't know. Queen back here. Rook defends. Knight. No. In fact, I can play that move. Queen hangs. I'm going to go back here just to continue this threat. If rook to c7, I can play knight a5. The bishop can't take because his queen hangs. And I think I'm going to have some pressure. I'm going to try this. And he can't take anyway because I'm on the knight with my queen, but most importantly his queen hangs. So I think I'm threatening knight to c5, putting more pressure on this bishop, which is pinned to the queen. So how exactly does he prevent this? If he moves this pawn, I just simply play knight b6. So I've got knight b6 and knight here in mind, and he's decided to attack my bishop. Decision time. Take here, queen takes, rook takes bishop, rook takes pawn. Or do I defend? Simply move the bishop first. I think moving the bishop is probably more accurate. I'm going to do that. So I'm continuing this threat. So I think his rook kind of needs to go back, and then I can play knight either to b6 or c5. And he's in trouble. Okay, what's he threatening? Can I simply take on d7? g2's guarded. I'm going to take this piece, I think. He's got this check. Is it really concerning? Just king h1? Okay, can I get the queens off somehow? That's my next sort of thought. Or simply just come back here. I think I'm going to come back here. If he plays rook here, he can't play rook there. Okay, so queen back here. He has 6.5 minutes. I have 4.5 minutes. So I think my main goal at the moment is just to get the queens off. Being up a piece. If I can get this knight back into the game, maybe to e4. That could be useful. My bishop is tied down to g2 at the moment. And I'm also attacking the rook, which I didn't realize. And that doesn't look right. That does not look right. What's the idea here? I take? I think I have to take. Okay, my bishop is pinned to my king. Right. I think I just want to get the queens off. Right, okay. I just rook here. I'm not losing any more pieces. This knight's loose. I gave him that e5 pawn, which probably wasn't that smart. Okay, let's get this knight back into the game. I think that's probably my next task, is to get my knight back into the game. Okay, he's got pressure on my knight. I can attack his knight. I'm guarding b2. I can attack his queen, rather. He can give this check. I can just play king h1. He gives a check. Maybe play queen here. In fact, yeah. I can take this pawn. A bit low on time. Okay, is there a crushing blow? I think I just want to simplify the position down. I've got 3 minutes. What's the easiest way to do this? I think I'm just going to double rooks. Not rooks. I'm going to put my rook on the d file to guard my queen, then move my knight and maybe come in for this check. So I'll be attacking his queen, move my knight into e4. He still has his queen check. I just move my king to h1. Or just block with the queen. Could do that. So what is his what's his plan here? I seem to be up a piece and a rook, although I am down a couple pawns. I'm down 3 pawns. So he has 3 pawns for the piece, but I'm up a rook, essentially. So, plans. It should be pretty easy to win, although I have lost these types of positions before, so I'm going to try not to be too complacent and think it's going to be a walk in the park. It probably won't be. If you get lazy, that's when you blunder and you can give away a completely winning position. And he's probably just making random moves here. I think I'm going to try this idea. Although, actually no, if I move the knight he takes on a2. I don't need to do that. I'm going to be risky and just grab this pawn. And maybe come back to g2. There are no checks to pick up that bishop. In fact, there is. Okay, I missed that one. Oh, whoops. Missed that one. Ah, this is what I was talking about. Don't get complacent. Oh, man. But actually, I got this idea. Okay, I can play queen here. If he takes, I can play rook up to d7, and I got lots and lots of pressure on this pawn. And this might be working out. His knight is pinned to his queen. So blundering that bishop didn't help. Oh, I thought there was no checks. Apparently there were checks. But I think my opponent might be in trouble in this position. But he simply plays f5. Can't he just play f5? Or does that expose his king too much? Or he just attacks my rook. Okay, I'm going to take here. And I think it's going to be lights out pretty soon. I think f5 may have been his last chance to hold on. So time is evening up here. He's got just under 3 minutes. I have 2.5 minutes. Time is evening up. Okay, and I think this is mating. Or I'm going to get the rook. He can't take the rook because of mate. And once he moves his king, I take the rook. Or can I just play this? Okay, let's look for a mating net. Queen check, king here. Is there a mating net? Not really. I can't see it. Queen check, king h6. King h6. There's no more checks from there. I think I'm just going to take this rook. But I am threatening queen f7 check. Once again the knight is pinned to the queen. Okay, and we have resignation. Good game. Let's take a little look over this game. It was a 32 move win. Sicilian defense with the unorthodox knight takes d4. Usually you see pawn takes pawn here. But knight takes, and I got a great post for my queen, which you can't really be kicked except with e5. I thought e5 would be played, and it was not. So some more moves were played. I just put my pieces on their most natural looking squares. And this e5 attempt doesn't actually win a piece. I thought it did. But I go back for this idea with the idea of knight a4. And now bishop f3, and I think he's already losing, yeah, so he gave up this piece. I'm attacking the rook. I don't know why he sacked that rook like that. But simply taking this pawn here was just completely wrong and unnecessary. Didn't see this check. But it led to some more pressure. So as I said, I think f5, and what would I do after f5? He plays f5. And then, what's the idea? I could even play knight to d5. You can't take because it's pinned to the queen. That may have been an interesting idea. But in the game, he attacked my rook, which is not very good. And that's all she wrote. Thanks for checking out this game. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.